Hello everybody, welcome to yet another wonderful game fan stream, or as we like to call it, the dog fan stream, because it's just dog now.
Yeah.
Only dog.
Only dog.
Only ever dog.
Wow.
Oh. Gurgi, you're gorgeous. The camera loves you.
This magnificent beard, yes.
And so elegant. Such a fantastic dog.
Yeah.
He really needs a wizard hat to complete the look.
Yeah.
You're gonna start casting spells for us? Yeah? Alakafloof.
You're so cute, Gertie. Hey.
Alright.
Is that a high five?
Aw, this little muppet.
Are you a living Muppet? Uff. Uff.
Posing for the camera. That's what he does.
Yeah. So, playing more Spyro today?
Yes, we are collecting more eggs from Spyro. Which means we gotta do what we gotta do. Gotta do the sexy kangaroo levels. God damn it, that's right. I'm not a fan of such levels, but we'll do our best, huh? Alright, I'll go rescue your love, I guess. Bam. Get my gems. Bam. Bam. Yeah, that's it. Bing. Bam. Man. Imagine how much instantly better this remake would be if they just made Sheila look like Sheila. Oh, there it is. Okay. You bitch.
What happened?
I just like jumped to the platform and immediately got hit. They were waiting for me.
Yeah, what is that? What's that called in the Call of Duty where you start pre-firing?
That's exactly what they did.
Pre-fired you.
Yeah. Alright. I better start seeing some eggs soon. That's so many gems. Granted, it feels amazing, but I haven't really spent that many gems. Maybe I should have found, like, more places to spend gems at this point.
I don't know. I did notice you have, like, many more thousands of gems than I would have expected.
Whoa, hey camera, can you help me out a little bit here instead of getting lost in the wall? Alright. Alright.
That's interesting. They have obstacles you can bump into above you.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like, jump good.
Yeah.
Like, differently than, like, kind of characters that you
Oh,
can't.
you motherfucker. I hate the Sheila levels. They suck so bad. She moves so jank. Ugh. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going.
Neither do I.
I'm guessing maybe I'm not supposed to. There's another platform over there that I haven't checked out yet.
It's kind of a unique concept that you could jump too high in a platforming thing, as opposed to like not being able to jump far enough.
I don't think that was the intention, honestly. I think that they just suck.
Yeah, I think it was an accident, but
Yeah.
it's interesting. So if you hippie hop, like you when you land you jump and like you trampoline, can you go higher and higher, or is it just one like super jump? So is there like tempo to it? Like if you carry through a gazillion like hops in a row.
I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could see around better, I gotta say. 'Cause I'm just going in circles. I really have no idea where else I'm supposed to go here. Like, is there a false wall somewhere I'm supposed to unlock? What's that happening? Because they don't give you much ability to look around, so it's not like I can really find my way here. Oh, aha! There we go. I see. Is that a platform up there, or is that just... Okay, it's a platform. Come on. Can't let me style on them. Styling not allowed.
See, like, when Spyro breathes fire, and it just, like, kills all the super strong enemy guys, I'm like, yeah, sure, dragon, makes sense. But this is a fucking kangaroo.
To be fair, I guess kangaroos hit really hard. Oh my god, her fucking waist is just too tiny. Like, sometimes I make fun of people who say, like, oh, this girl or that girl in this comic book has too tiny of a waist. It's just too much, haha. But, like, at least in a lot of those comics, it's, like, supposed to be sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
This kangaroo should not be sexualized. And this waist is stupidly tiny compared to what's beneath it.
Yeah. I was watching that Down the Rabbit Hole video on furries.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah, like on its origins and stuff. And, it gets
Who am
weird.
I to blame for furries?
It gets weird pretty quickly, right? He's like,
Alright.
oh, there's this one magazine where it's called Funny Animals, was like the first name for furries.
Uh-huh.
And it was like comedy involving animals, and they were like, in their job listing, like hiring artists for this magazine that would draw these furry animals.
I see.
Or sorry, funny animals.
No. Fuck. Shit. Bitches. Can you continue?
It was like a weird kind of language where they were like, humans are just too serious and we don't want them or whatever. And I was like,
no human drawings.
yeah, and I was like, oh, that's a little weird, but okay. And then there was an artist that like enters the scene, and he quote unquote takes the furry art funny animal art seriously and tries to draw it really good. But like his first drawing is like a sexy squirrel. Not like sexy exactly, but it's like, you know, it's starting to get there, right?
Okay.
It's like pretty.
Not sexy to you, but sexy to somebody else.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you could tell. Like I don't know. It was weird pretty quick. Like pretty quick into the evolution of funny animals, quote unquote. It got weird. It got weird faster than you'd expect.
It's unfortunate. Alright, I got all of them except for the lizard skating. But I think I could do without the lizard skating for right now.
And it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like erotic or anything, but it just, yeah, it was pretty quick into it.
That's interesting. So that's like what this researcher down the rabbit hole guy thinks sparked the whole thing?
I stopped because I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Oh.
I saw
Fair
the Your Movie Sucks guy has like the top comment, and it's like,
oh, is he like mad or something?
no.
Alright.
It's just funny. He's like, any drama involving people or involving like furries or whatever is always twice as funny because they're furries.
It's true.
But yeah, it was like it was a squirrel or a rabbit or something. It was like, and it was weird. It was
as we would expect.
It was weird enough for me to be like, maybe I'll just watch this later or
okay.
never. Like it was weird enough. Like it wasn't like Balenciaga Scar Me for Life weird, but
No, very few things are, right? Whoa, I'm so high. Oh. You! Not right now. Gotta get this fucker.
Lego my ego. You know, because it's an egg.
Oh, god damn it. He slows down so much as soon as I stop charging. See what I mean? If only I could fire breath while I'm charging. That would be the ultimate weapon.
You slow down. You really go for it when you're like.
Like I'm practically kissing the guy, but then I slow down so much as soon as I take my finger off the charge button. Did I go ahead of him too far? Now he's going the other way? Oh, there he is.
That's interesting. That's an interesting puzzle where like you can't cut the corner too tight, but like right there, that's like such a time save. Yeah, that's another time save. So you can just do the whole route normal, and then here, cut the corner tight, and then cut the corner tight again there, and then you got him. Cut the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian.
That's Brian. Hey, Marshall says Happy New Year's Eve, if that's a thing.
Hey.
I'll take it.
Whew. Yeah, I'll take a Happy New Year's
Eve.
Of
Double
Eve.
Eves. Alright, so is this like... Let's It's like a flying. Whoa! Fucking. Alright. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Ah. Man. It is a little bit harder than I anticipated.
Doable though. Oh, you don't have to redo all of them?
I thought I would have to, actually. I'm surprised I didn't have to redo all of them. I guess it's a super early level, so they probably made it easier. Alright, Jake. Welcome aboard. God, they're so ugly.
Yeah, they are. So are they...
Yeah, I'll have to stop the stream at some point to pull up a picture of what they originally looked like. Granted, you know, low poly, but still looks better. Alright, one more gem. Yeah. I think that's all the gems here. What was your question?
Oh, no, I'm just...
Nice gate.
Yeah, I'm just, like, confused why there's, like... I don't know. I guess you're single-handedly increasing the dragon birth rate. Because it's like, as soon as you find the egg, they all hatch.
Yes. Isn't that a great idea? I get to look at cute dragons. In theory, anyway, they should be cute.
Right. So here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Can you have dragoons in a fantasy piece?
Yeah?
Because they're named after dragons, right? Does Dragoon not become infinitely goofier if there's just actual dragons? And it's like, they're not even like...
Not even a real dragon man.
They're not even like super elite, like really, you know, devastating troops, right? They're, I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but it's not the end of the world, you know? So a dragoon, unless I'm mistaken, I believe it's a light cavalry troop, doesn't have like any armor, and it's not intended to go into close quarters. They all have big rifles, like long rifles, as you say, and they ride their horse to the top of a hill and then like snipe from the hill, basically. And then when troops are sent at them, they run away. And then they go to another hill and shoot from that hill. Or some, like, hard-to-reach place that's faster to reach by horse.
Oh, man. Well, it's a good time to exit the level. Hey, Quantum Weasel.
Hey.
Gergie has left the couch. Yes, he has. He's not doing his job. Feeling lazy today. Can't be cute.
Hey, Gergie, come here.
You could always be cute on the couch if you wanted to, Adam.
I guess I could. Guess I'll take the chat from you. I'm wearing a shirt that Trisha got me for Christmas.
Yeah, a Frazetta shirt.
Which appears to have been made, like, by the Frazetta family, because it appears to be silk screened.
Yeah.
Silk screened? Sorry? That's what it's called.
least it's a nice design.
The name Dragoon comes from their firearm, which was a pistol version of a blunderbuss, according to Wikipedia, anyway. Is that right? I thought Dragoons were... Well, exactly what I said. I thought they were supposed to be, like, sort of janky ranged cavalry. And they dismount from the horse to shoot. That's, like, their thing. So I'm sure, like, if you're getting fucked up by a unit of dragoons, it kind of feels like a dragon is breathing fire on you. But, in a world where an actual dragon would actually breathe fire on people, it seems kind of silly, you know? I feel like if you're going to name a gun, like a dragoon gun, right? It's got to be really good. It's got to be, like, really good, right? Because...
Gotta have the best gun.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like if you see a dragon and it breathes fire, that's like, oh, wow. Dangerous. Oh, that's the dragon gun? It must be very good.
Hey, Gretel. Sure thing. I will do that. After I kill all of these, rhino ninjas. Yep. Rhino ninjas. That's what we're doing.
Maybe that's what they became later? Maybe? It's kind of like, when you, like, if you look up the history of the 300, right, as in, like, the 300 Spartans, and you just read the beginning, it'll give you a weird perception of what they were for their entire history, because it'll tell you that they were a cavalry unit, because they started out as cavalry, but then Sparta was too fucking poor for horses. So...
Is that so?
Basically, right? I mean, there's other reasons, right? It's like, you know, you could pretend it's about, like, meritocracy or something. It's like, oh, well, maybe rich people, or maybe poor people would be better fighters. But it's like, no, they wouldn't. So, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of because they're too poor. So then it was, at some point, they were like infantry dragoons, where they would use cavalry to get into position and then dismount and then fight on foot. With, like, the people who couldn't afford horses, something. Because they couldn't afford to own a horse for their whole life and train on it for their whole life, like richer people could. So then it was, you know. But then eventually it was just guys on foot. But that's, like, not really what they're known for, like, kicking ass on foot, not like cavalry charges. Supplied with inferior horses and more basic equipment, the dragoon regiments were cheaper to raise and maintain than the expensive regiments of cavalry. It makes sense, because if the horse doesn't need to be trained to stand still while you're shooting and be, like, not that upset after you shoot, then, yeah, I mean, you can just have kind of any horse that will get you someplace. You know, with the exception of getting ridden down by cavalry. Like if they send light cavalry after you. But of course, the benefit of the prince leading a charge against your dragoons is that they were cheap in the first place. Like, you know, in like Total War, they, you know, there's that new thing where they tell you how much like value you're getting out of each unit, and that's probably a consideration that they would have back then. It's like, well, you're essentially spending resource. Like if a knight dies, that's like he's been trained his whole life. You know, someone you can't train up someone with that kind of skill. They're just kind of inherently, you know, just a product of the society you build. You will produce some knights. You can't really like train someone to be a knight
Whoa. Okay.
to the same like echelon that a knight would just kind of appear. Oh, new South Park special target of ridicule is OnlyFans and influencers.
Easy targets, naturally.
Yeah. People who do basically nothing, I get that, but like,
Well,
like when there's like a YouTuber or something I watch, they are like providing a service. And like if I've listened to them review like a gazillion games, right? And then they're like, I like this game, go buy it. I'll believe them because I've seen them review a gazillion million games and I kind of understand their tastes in that area.
yes, as you should.
But like a lot of people will buy stuff that's just like vaguely associated with the famous guy, you know? Like when people were buying PewDiePie's like special chair, I was perplexed because it was like that pattern is ugly as sin.
I guess some people like the pattern. It's whatever.
I don't know.
I'm very like milk toast on it. If you say so, kid.
The Hussars started out as light cavalry and ended up centuries later as heavy cavalry. So did the Cataphracts. Or Cataphractoi? I don't know. But are you talking about the winged hussars or the hussars? Because catastrophically confusing is that there is a difference between the two. Hey, Lowry. Didn't miss anything but my dog. Being cute.
You missed a sexy Sheila level. Your favorite.
When do we get Adam's bathwater? Gamer Boy bathwater? Yeah. As soon as that was announced, I remember thinking that's illegal. Why is she can't actually sell her bathwater? And then she got arrested.
Ba-dum-bum.
And she got arrested, and it was like, yeah, that's
Who would have guessed that was illegal?
it's like the sale of bodily fluids. It's illegal for the same reason, like you can't sell your blood, but you can sell your blood apparently. My cousin was like, that seems like a good career path to go into. I think it would be a super cool way of paying for like the art on the cover of like a vampire book, you know? You look with like a blood sacrifice. You pay for the art commission. Like the art on Yeah, the art for Treading Water and you know, probably, yeah. The art for Treading Water and Slayer in the Wide Valley. I probably paid for all of that with working
with your
as
blood money.
No, working as a DM. But if I was writing a book about like a necromancer, wouldn't it be fucking cool to like pay for it with blood?
Hell yeah, it would be.
Like blood donations. When do we get the link to Ketchup Boy's YouTube content? Nah.
Do you really want to know? The horrors.
That might be a fun like
Stretch goal.
that might be a fun thing to like look at on like Gilded or something. But I don't think I don't think it's ethical to publicly dox that guy.
No, well, of course.
Yeah. I don't understand how.
Not that I think that he still uses that YouTube channel. I'm sure he doesn't.
Nah, I don't know.
It looked pretty dead. But what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, him using decrepit husks of things would not be out of character at all. But like I don't know, doxing laws need to get much more existent. Because like, I don't know, like, you know, I would see people on Facebook back in the day who would post stuff doxing someone, and I would report them, and then it would be like, it doesn't violate our terms of service, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they're saying.
Well, I think another confusing thing is a lot of people have different definitions on what counts as being doxed. Like, a lot of people, even if they put their own personal information out there themselves, if some other person repeats that information, they're like, that's doxing me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're giving out information that would help someone to find someone, like physically find them, that's doxing.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I was listening to a podcast where, man.
She's got a big ass head.
Yeah. Yes.
My egg.
Yeah, I was watching a podcast where they had some, like, porn star on it, and they were talking about how, why was that a safe thing to do to the egg? She was talking about how people would call her mother at her office and, like, be like, your daughter's a whore or whatever. And it's like, that's also...
It is certainly not nice.
It's definitely under the umbrella of doxing. That's fucking weird.
Oh, yeah. That is definitely weird. Very, very much so.
Yeah, like taking pictures of the front of someone's house and posting that's doxing. And, like, what can the punishment really be? Because, like, the potential outcome is that they die, right? Someone kills them. But, like, your quality of life could just, like, permanently decrease because people are always harassing you, always mailing you stuff. You're always concerned someone's, like, stalking you outside your house. You know, it's like, obviously certain people are gonna have, oh, you're in a duel with 2 dragons? That's fucking cool.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Aw, shucks, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Aw, jeez, Rick.
Oh, they healed.
Do I have to hit their head? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I down? Get back up.
You dealt damage. You're just in a dogfight.
This must take a long time because, my god, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything to these guys.
This is just about the most dragon you could possibly... Yeah, this is like...
This is peak dragon for you?
This is peak dragon. I mean, you're flying around breathing fire at other dragons. Like, what other... You know...
I don't think I'm doing damage. Like, is there something better I can be doing here? Whoop.
What crime is that? What was she charged with? Oh, it's because she's, Oh, I said it already, but it's, you're selling bodily fluids. Like, you can't sell your own, like, urine or, like...
Yes, America has some standards.
Yeah, like... And you can't, like, you can't mail that either. That's, like... I don't think anything serious happened to her, but that's like a felony. Like, it's like... It's like it's a not insignificant crime to just, like, baste in bathwater and then mail your dirty bathwater. It's also, like, mailing liquids, they have to be, like...
Is there something I'm not getting to this fight?
No, you're dealing damage. You're doing it.
But they heal.
Yeah, so...
And they heal for more than I can deal damage. So...
I deal more damage.
I can't. This is as much... I can't increase my strength stat here.
Be good.
Do you want to try?
No, I was always terrible at these kind of games. Like fighter pilot games? Nice. My Star Fox and Rogue Squadron skill was not anything to be proud of. Shooting down like the bombers in the first mission of like Rogue Squadron was fucking intense, and
I'm about to die. Are there any animals on the ground?
push me to the limit. Ugh. Speaking of bathwater stuff, the Japanese use panties vending machine, like, why and how? I don't know how real that is.
I don't know if it's legal or if they've just done it, you know?
I remember on, like, X-Play, they went to Japan, and they were just like, here you go, weebs, we've, like, come to the Holy Land. They got in trouble for, like, filming in a sex shop, I remember, and then they went to, like, the seediest place in Japan, and, like...
My god, my fireballs go so slow, I can't even hit him when he's, like, 2 inches away from me.
And, like, it's interesting to watch, though. Can you just stay behind him and, like...
No, because he moves faster than me. And, like, if he's, like, even the slightest bit far away from me, they're too slow, so they don't hit him. They, like, disappear before they reach him.
So it's like the chasing the egg guy, but you can shoot.
No. Because I don't do enough damage. With the egg guy, I just hit him once.
Yeah, but now you hit him a lot of times, and it's a boss fight.
Well...
Simple.
I don't know. Does this qualify as a boss fight?
They had boss health bars.
Fair.
Yeah, the seediest
But
place
they
in Japan,
heal.
they found that they did a thing where they showed the vending machines. That's the only place I know that has, like, reported on that. I don't know, like, how much, like, verification as fact that is, but they played B-roll of filming Japanese schoolgirls, and they were like, yeah, they sell their panties for money like schoolgirls do. And it was like, my god, that's so fucking weird.
Fucking, the physics are so garbage.
Yeah.
The camera's so garbage. Everything's garbage. I don't like this game.
Okay. You know,
What?
here's a thought.
Uh-huh.
Why don't, instead of flying around, you just stay at a spot that you know they're going to be and just repeatedly shoot fireballs?
Because they'll heal.
Okay.
It's like, I thought about that.
Like at the mouth of
it's
the tunnel or
like-
something.
No.
So you get like lots of shots.
I'm not doing it right now. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also shoot back, which is a thing. There's really no exact spot where you'll get the best of leverage.
They do shoot you.
Yes.
Ah. Mostly I thought they were just flying around.
Yeah. That's not a good boss fight. If
Yeah.
you're gonna make a flying boss fight, you gotta make the flying work. Flying really is pretty garbo in this game. I don't like how it feels at all.
3D shooting gallery / shoot 'em up games are my favorites. I miss them. Do they not make those anymore? I guess they don't. Shit. They don't make Rogue Squadrons anymore? Like there's no Star Foxes or whatever? Huh.
Right?
James made it a special in Japan and he refused to go to a maid cafe.
Well, some of the maid cafes are kind of weird.
They're kind of like iconic for like weeb culture in Japan.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I enjoy the idea of themed cafes, but I would be pretty uncomfortable with someone being so disingenuous with me, and flirting with me would not be very enjoyable.
Yeah, the flirting thing is
And
weird.
then seeing their merchandise in the gift shop. Oh, you don't know about that? They sell merchandise with like pictures and stuff of the waitresses and the waiters.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, with
that's-
their fake name and everything.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they're kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of clever, but very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going to like Hooters or whatever. It's weird when they're like flirting with you. It just feels very demeaning.
I generally just kind of hate disingenuous people as like, on average.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel good to talk to someone who's not being real with you.
I guess my strategy of being genuine was a good one.
Yes, I would say so. Oh, cutscene? Hunter, you dumb. You got fucking captured by probably the bear guy.
He just pushed a button.
Why? He just literally runs up to a button and pushes it, no questions asked.
Yeah, did you see that? That was what the cutscene was. He just slapped the
Yeah,
button.
no,
Yeah.
I saw. That's what I'm saying. I saw it, and I just can't believe it.
Who's being fake? Or we're talking about maid cafes.
How they, like, put on a character and pretend, like, to flirt with you and stuff. What do I need? I need 58 eggs. My goodness.
I went to a maid cafe just out of
65.
curiosity. It was super weird. There was one local neckbeard guy giving me death glares from across the room.
Oh yeah? Did you get his girl? Yeah. Why can't, my main question is, why can't we just have, like, nice themed cafes without, like, the weird flirting? And, like, why aren't they allowed to break character or anything? You can have something nice, but...
it's cool to have a place where they don't break character. I can get the...
Yeah, but if you need, like, a serious answer to a question and they won't break character, it's pretty fucking frustrating.
Yeah. Did I mention I had a friend that worked at a maid cafe?
I don't think you
That's like
have.
That's like a weird random story, I guess.
Why don't you share? Since I don't think I've heard of it before.
I don't know. It's not that interesting. I knew a girl who worked at a maid cafe.
She didn't share anything about it?
She was like talking about like kind of the doctrine that they give you. It's like, remember, this is supposed to be like you're a maid in their mansion kind of thing. They didn't say kind of thing. They're very like they had like a thing, and it was like a lot of people don't get a chance to have like authority or whatever, and be treated like well by like servants and stuff, so they pay a little bit more than like the cafe is really worth for your attitude, and so we pay you to have like a good attitude and blah blah blah. And they're like, you have to treat them as though they're like royalty or whatever, so you should always be like you should always be like yes sir and stuff, and like
Yeah, that's all fine.
you act as though the customer is like your boss, so don't act like your manager is your boss around the customer. you act like the customer is like, the customer has something to say to you. It's the only the only thing, whatever.
Right.
So like if the manager is like, oh, can you come over here, and then a customer asks you something, you prioritize the customer, and like you should be like kind of like worried that they like stuff or whatever, like I don't know, like she had a whole logic behind like why you act the different ways, and it like made me like it indoctrinated me. I was like, okay, I guess maid cafes aren't weird. I was like, yeah. I mean, I guess if I had it explained to me like that, I would be like convinced too. So.
Right, I gotcha.
She did it. I think she did it at a convention, and then I think after she did it at a convention, She did it a couple places, and then she got a more like long-term stint of it. Yeah, she was like tiny and Asian and kind of overweight, you know, and like 100% of the weight seemed to go into her voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a picture you painted right away.
You know what I mean? Like she wasn't that fat, but she was overweight for sure. She just, I don't know. When you say when I say I had a friend that worked at a maid cafe, I immediately it sounds different than like the reality. The reality, I don't know. I think
it's a little bit different crowd, I suppose.
I think she was just like depressed. She was like depression weight kind of thing. If you know what I mean. I was trying to like set her up with a friend at some point, and so we were. So like I hadn't seen her in a long time, and I was like, I got a friend who's a weeb. You're Asian. This seems like it could work.
Hell yeah. Ultimate setup guy.
Wasting my goddamn time though.
That's
The story of my life is investing in people that don't deserve me being nice to them.
It was nice of you to try anyways.
I forgot to say hi. Hi to you too. A cafe that is based on Christmas dinner, answering awkward questions, pretending to like bad food, and getting side-eyed when you get up from the table but don't help with the dishes. That's like a totally different dynamic than like I had. My grandma would cook. She had this like thing where it's like people would go and try to help her with the dishes. She'd be like mad. Be like, no, you sit. Like, don't help me with the dishes. And then like
you dare.
One year she was like, all right, fine, like my daughters can help, but not her sister's daughter, just like her daughters. And then she fired them. They were like,
not good
like
enough.
my mom came back and was like, we've been fired. I think she like lost. She was like, it was stacking plates. I think.
Oh yeah, that's what did them in.
Yeah, because according to my grandma, if you put a plate on top of the other plate, now you've made the bottom of the plate dirty, and you didn't have to clean the bottom of the plate. You had to clean the top of the plate, but now you've made both dirty. But my thinking is that you should clean the bottom of the plate no matter what, because you're going to stack the plates, so then the dirty bottom is going to be touching the dirty top of another plate.
Yeah, it's actually quite odd to not clean the bottom of the plate.
Yeah. Well.
Because, I mean, it's in the sink anyway. You might as well clean all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're putting the plate in the sink, right? I think they did the dishwasher.
Hey, you motherfuckers!
I think they did the dishwasher afterwards, but they're just
them
rinsing
and
off
then
the
they
food.
fucking respawn. Alright. Here's a body. There's a body.
Joseph Troyes was answering a question from earlier. He thinks he was jealous because he was chatting with my server a lot, and it was apparent
That's the last one there.
he felt like a dashing tourist was encroaching on his territory. This was in Ikebukuro. That's where that show with the Doulahan is, right? Durahara or whatever.
I never finished that show, but it seemed interesting.
My dad was literally telling me that some of his friends, when he was younger, had a house together and they used to have the same mentality about not having to wash the bottom of the plate. Yeah, I don't know if it's that. I think it's... Isn't it Isn't there an H in there somewhere? But yeah, it's where the guy throws the vending machines. I love that character that throws the vending machines, but that show is so, like, directionless and, like...
There's a lot of anime and manga series out there like that, just because they wrote it to be like a one-shot, and then they just kind of had to write more, but didn't know where to take it.
And, like, there's so much anime where they will pretend that there's something deeper when there's not. And, like, I'm tired of pretending that there's ever going to be anything, like, there's ever going to be a point to the Black Russian sushi chef that makes terrible sushi. Like, that's a character, and they keep on bringing him up again and again and again and again. They have more and more scenes with him, but he doesn't do anything. There's nothing of consequence that happens with the character.
He sounds very important.
There's a million scenes with this guy, and he has no bearing on the plot at all. And by the time they get to the end of the first arc, it's just like, why did they show why was the black sushi chef ever in the show at all? There's like a...
You motherfucker. He was... before I even landed, he was fucking pre-firing at me. The firing.
You're so stupid.
You're so stupid.
No, you... Alright, let's talk New Year's resolutions. Your oaths. The blood of my ancestors is flowing through me. On Christmas, I had all these, like... I felt like talking about all my New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, in the old, like, Germanic pagan tradition, it was the solstice. It was the 25th, where you would... Or you know, whatever the solstice is that year. That was when you'd make your oaths for the next year. That was supposed to be the new year.
Honor your promises.
Yeah. Or you'd be an oath breaker. So yeah, it must have been the call of my ancestral blood was making me think about my New Year's resolutions. But I want to... Well, I'm going to fix my fucking printer. That'll be my New Year's resolution. I'll fix my goddamn 3D printer. And then I also want to buy a bunch of 3D models. I'm going to do more with the 3D printing business, I think. No custom work. That shit's dumb and gay.
Too much.
It's like... It's not only is it like... I don't want to like promote that much because I don't like doing business where it feels like it's a favor, you know, like when someone gives me money I want it to be for something that they want, not like, you know, I don't know. And like sometimes people genuinely do need like a gift or something, and that's, you know.
Why did they let them just respawn on top of my fucking head? That's not fair.
And like for like a private sale to like a neighbor or something like that,
oh, it's
or like
probably
someone
behind here.
Like, local or something, I'm like cool with not caring about copyright. You know, I'll just like take whatever thing that they want and just put the kid's name on it for the birthday gift or something. But yeah, I don't want to scale that exactly, but like there's a bunch of people at like fairs that were like, "Oh my god, we still have your toys from last year. They're so good. They still play with them." And I was like, "Sweet."
Yeah. No toys and this. Remember that.
Like some people came up and were like, "Oh, we still have the toys," and then they bought soap, you know. But eventually, people are gonna want new toys, right? So I should be like, people are making new stuff. I gotta fix the printer. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll get a new printer too. Maybe that's like a plan. It's like the soap manufacturing has taken over the whole fucking basement.
Hmm.
For, like, no reason. There's just, like, bags and bags and bags of, like, batches of bullshit.
Right. Man.
Not that it's, like, bad to experiment, but it's just, like, my dad will be like, oh, it's, like, this great scent, it's... And then it'll be some, like, god-awful, retarded, like, no one wants this, who would ever fucking want to smell this?
Terrible idea everywhere.
And then if I tell him something he should do, sometimes he'll do it, and then sometimes he'll do it totally fucking wrong, and then that's it. We can never do the idea, because he can never admit that it's like, wrong. It's like, he one time made cranberry orange, and it smelled really good, and he'll never do it again. He'll never do it again, because he's convinced that it has to smell like cinnamon. So he added a bunch of cinnamon, and then he bought, like spiced cranberry and not cranberry, and so now we can only have the smell of cinnamon in that soap.
This, probably, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's clever.
Honestly, I would have never noticed that was a breakable wall if it wasn't for the guidebook telling me that there was an egg behind a breakable wall on that level. Because it blends in with all the other glowy lava effects. Yeah. You know?
I'd love to get, like, a fume hood for the basement, like some kind of thing, and then pipe it, like, outside, and then put a 3D printer there, and run, like, batches of stuff. There was some guy at one of the fairs who had, like, a really, really good 3D printer. He was showing me, it was like, yeah, it only takes, like, 4 or 5 hours, and I can do a plate of 12. And it's like, Jesus Christ, you can print so much shit, dude. Fuck. Also, you can take those 3D models and put them into Tabletop Simulator. I don't know how, but apparently it's possible. I had to, like, look into it. And I think that'd be fucking cool to be using Tabletop Simulator to play, like, a tabletop game. And then bring in, like, boss monsters and shit that are, like, super sick. I was looking at my mini factory because my friend's kid is getting into, like, Warhammer. I think it's a great idea. That kid has, like, serious ADD, and I think doing something like that is going to be really good for him, because he needs to, like, they need to limit how much Call of Duty he's playing at, like, 7 years old.
Too much Call of Duty.
Yeah. So,
any form of Call of Duty is probably too much.
So painting Warhammer minis is a great idea, and I was like,
Okay.
how much is, like, the cost difference if the model isn't free? Like, if the model is free, it's I don't know, I don't know what it is per gram. It's I don't know. A kilo is like $30-something, right? So then that makes I got a bunch of filament spools on sale though. I got it. There was a really good Black Friday sale or whatever that was. It was buy two get one free. Fucking bonkers. That means it's like 30% off basically. It's like fucking nice. But essentially, so then like a mini is going to be like a couple grams, and then plus like the time and electricity and whatever, you know. But like, you know, for my buddy, I could just like print out his son like whatever fucking bullshit he wants to paint, and I was thinking it'd be much cheaper because, you know, Warhammer, they charge a lot for minis. Yeah, that's also something I would like to do, is like print stuff for people that want it printed, that like they buy a model but they don't want to deal with like figuring out how to do 3D printing and buy a printer and stuff. I would totally be down to like print stuff out for people, but I'm kind of bad at 3D printing. And maybe if I got a better printer, I wouldn't have to be good at it. So I kind of want to get like a much better printer. I'm gonna fix the one I have, and I'm always gonna be like using it, right? But I gotta figure out what brand this guy had. I need that printer. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I need to figure it out. I need to go through the vendors that were like listed for that con, and then I need to go like message this guy on like Instagram or something and be like, please tell me what printer you use again.
Please, for the love of God.
I forgot. I should have written it down in my notes, and I don't think I did.
Alright, that's all
I must have like
here.
opened a tab. I must have looked it up and opened a tab, and then I just like didn't. I have his card somewhere. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably in the bottom of whatever bag we were using.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Or you put it in a box. Because there's a couple cards that are just in the plastic boxes. Alright, what do we got here? That's done. There's two. And she shares sure.
How many,
I think I just need one more.
Sorry, chat.
But eventually I will need like 60. So, just as many as I can get.
No H in Durara. I like that show, but I don't like how much it focuses on Mikado and his boring high school friends who think they're gangbangers. I didn't know what was happening with that plot. It feels like 10 different shows shoved into one, like, ADD nightmare. Can we just have a show that is just, what's his name, Shizuo? The guy who throws vending machines? Can I just have him as a character? It's just such a funny...
Now that's a show I would watch. Just nothing but throwing vending machines.
They make it seem like there's some mystery behind, like, his special powers, and there probably is, right? But, like, they reveal his, like, origin story, and it was like his brother said something passive-aggressive to him, and he finally snapped, and then he tried to pick up the refrigerator and throw it at him, and he was like, I don't know why I thought of picking up the refrigerator, but I did.
Whoops.
And then he broke his back, went to the hospital, and then when he got out, he was able to pick up vending machines or something. It's a funny thing where like a vending machine will just like fly in the background.
Yeah.
And then his
I like it.
And they try to do that, like, you know, converging stories where like a bunch of different characters have a bunch of different things going on. So then you'll have a scene where a vending machine flies in the background, and it'll just be two people talking, and then you'll be like, oh, we'll probably hear about that later. And then it goes from his perspective telling the story, you know, blah, blah, blah. And there's some, like, information broker who's, like, super cool, and the vending machine guy hates that guy.
At one point, I think it was Love to Draw was trying to inform me where the sandcastle was. But Lord knows, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue where the eggs are in this level. It's a complete mystery to me. What's in here? I think I probably picked up everything in here, actually.
Like a reverse Chekhov's gun, incredibly conspicuous shit that does nothing. I don't know what that means, but that sounds interesting. I think when a Russian guy comes up with something, it seems much more interesting than it is. Oh, the mantle thing? Yeah. Yeah. If there's a gun on the mantle in the first act, it had better go off by the third act. There's like a... No. There's also a Tolstoy's razor. Every story worth its salt, meaning every good story, involves a hero going on a journey or a stranger coming to town. And there's obviously exceptions to that rule. People will take it to be every story is like that. But what he's saying is that most good stories involve that. And so, or both. Lord of the Rings is both. Gandalf comes to town, then they go on a journey. But, you know, it doesn't happen in The Room.
The Room is fantastic, of course.
I remember someone brought that up with that literary class, and then the teacher was like, the rule is about good stories, guys. Why are we bringing up The Room?
What an idiot.
I would totally buy a 3D printer, but I don't have the space for it. It doesn't take up that much space. It's just like, you just need a countertop. Like, you just need a table that you're not doing anything with. And I guess, you know, who fucking has a table that, like... It's not that... You know what? Everyone has a table they're not doing anything with. Does everybody have the organizational skills to, like, move things around so that you can accommodate another printer? The other thing is, like, I don't want to breathe in the fumes, right? So I want to be able to open a window wherever it is. So the basement doesn't really have...
those people with the resin printers, they're pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, resin printer people are fucking psychos. I don't know what I don't know what they're thinking. There's like all these like safety tips that I'll see in these videos when people are 3D printing stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, make sure you don't breathe in the stuff when you're sanding it because it's bad for your lungs. It'll give you cancer. And it's like, oh god, but what happens when you just snap off the pieces? That little puff of...
Remember, don't
stuff?
look the resin in the eye. They don't like that.
Well, that's the other thing is like the liquid itself will give you chemical burns if you get it on you. And you need certain kinds of gloves to keep it from, like,
Come on.
going inside your gloves, like, melting through them. And then, like, there's other people in the comment section who be like, I don't know why people don't wear goggles. Like, it's bad to get in your lungs, sure, but, you know, you absorb stuff through your eyes pretty easily. And it's like, should I be, like, covering up, like, I don't know, like, my ears? Like, so they don't, so it doesn't get in my ears?
Cover up all your holes.
If I have open wounds, do I need to, like, cover them?
Well, yes. That goes without saying, but...
Well, no, like, sometimes it's good to, like, air out a cut.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not doing anything and you just have, like, a cut on the back of your hand, you might as well just take the bandage off and, like, it'll heal faster if it can get some air.
How the fuck do I get up there?
I don't know.
Do I have to, like, do a spin around thing? Absolutely not, I don't.
My New Year's resolution is to not worry about money so much and to not worry about so much in general. To be in the moment and more consciously happy and hopeful with my family. That's a good resolution.
I'm gonna worry more.
That's your resolution is to worry more about money?
Alright. Bam. Fuck you.
It's probably mine too.
Bam. Fuck you. What does the guidebook say? It says question mark and it says destroy the sandcastle. Where the fuck is the sandcastle? Fucking. Bam.
We need to
Bam.
we need to put up the love to draw symbol like into the sky. Big spotlight. He knows.
He knows, but he's terrible at giving directions.
He said go back, it was up there. So maybe it's up someplace.
But, like, there's the whatever, right? But I don't know how to get up there.
I've been told you need adequate ventilation, which I don't have. So, there is research that if you buy your filament from China, you need adequate ventilation because they put benzene in their plastic, which will kill you. There's no evidence to say if you buy high-quality filament from a country that doesn't get rid of toxic waste by grinding it off into all products that they export without exception. There's no evidence to say that you need ventilation at all for that sort of situation. Not to say that you don't need it. I'm just saying, like, the studies have been like China stuff bad. Otherwise, it's kind of fine. Are you sure that's what you should do?
It's probably fine.
Okay. Okay, so it's fine. Because I was like, if you can't attack and hit, then how are you going to break the ones up higher?
Oh, look at these guys. Just chilling, huh?
I don't usually bother with New Year's resolutions, but my goal is to invest more money. I have a big pile invested in mutual funds. I want an even bigger pile. There you go. I think I might want to buy, like, a property, like a rental property. I've heard there's, like, some amount of, people are kind of getting upset with, What's that company called that you rent out properties? Ooh, I can't remember now. Like early onset dementia.
What, was I not fast enough?
Really smart. No problem though. Got more bombs. Ready to try stomping the turrets again?
I stomped a lot of them. What?
Yippee!
Alright.
Why can't I remember
I
this?
guess I didn't do it fast enough.
I know once I start describing it. Hey, Gergie. Come here. Hi. Welcome to the couch. You ready to be cute? Yeah. God, why can't I'm like totally blanking on that.
It happens. Oh,
That
did I
app, it's
die?
like-
How did I die?
Like, don't tell me. It's, you rent out a room, or like a lighthouse or something.
I
Keep
won't
on-
tell you,
I keep on wanting to
since
think.
you've requested it.
I keep on wanting to say like DoorDash. And it's not DoorDash.
No, it's not DoorDash.
It's God, why can't I?
Maybe you need some air.
Yeah, we have the windows closed all day.
What? How'd I get down there?
Yeah, they say the ability to look stuff up is like bad for your ability to remember stuff, because you're like outsourcing your intelligence to a device. I don't know why I can't remember it. I've like I booked a room. I booked a house on that service. I must remember on my own. This is unacceptable.
That's good. We all have brain farts every now and then. It's in our brain and it just leaves. My god. Staring at Sheila's body is so goddamn uncomfortable. Every time they
Airbnb.
zoom in. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's like once you like relax your brain a little bit, it's easier. But it just feels like relaxing my brain is like cheating. I should be able to just like be super tensed and stressed and just think harder. Oh. Yes, it was Airbnb. You were correct.
Oh, that's the sandcastle?
What about
That's
12
very
Angry Men? That's a good story and they don't go
Hop to
anywhere.
the secret cave, you say? Alright.
People add an addendum, which he didn't originally say, which is that a journey can be a metaphorical journey. But I think that's not what he meant. I think these are like story tools that you can use. Granted, I haven't like
Where's my secret
I haven't like
cave?
read his original context, but
Our beach is your beach.
it's just a good way of starting something. Is to have something happening, someone going somewhere, or someone coming somewhere. Like when you focus the story around a new element coming in, it's easier to talk about what it was without the element. You know, it's just it's just like how people think about stuff is like, you know, like how many writers cheat to describe a room by having a baseball having gone through the window and break a few things. So I think that's kind of what he was talking about. It's kind of like if you start a character, if you introduce a character on their back foot, like they've just had something bad happen to them, you're naturally going to sympathize with the character for the rest of the story. Like it sticks the whole way through. If you start them on a low note, you can kind of see the extreme of that with like a lot of like animes, like the Nagatoro thing. Obviously they do that, and then like every single one of these isekai things where they do the reincarnation. It's
I don't see any secret caves around here.
Are you looking for secret caves?
Well, it said hop to the secret cave, so I assumed maybe that would also be in a Sheila. Oh, the secret cave! Gotcha, motherfucker.
We did it.
It's a good thing I'm playing the remake where it basically just tells you what you need to do to get all the eggs. Alright. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, Trisha gets sick from the printing if we don't have a window open, so.
Well, my desk is like right next to it.
Mm-hmm. Trisha's also like a canary.
I'm a canary?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You like notice when stuff is poisoned before everybody else. Like Trisha can taste the water going bad in the filter.
It's just like girls in general have like
More
higher
heat.
senses, yeah. I think that's enough eggs. So
Yeah, as
let
it
me
turns
just-
out, there is some like balance to life. Men can like beat the shit out of people and things.
And women can make sure you don't drink poisonous water.
Yeah. Girls tend to have a more acute sense of taste and sense of color. Helps you spot berries.
Yum yum. Alright, onward. To our next area. Ooh. Charmed. What does that say? Charmed Ridge. Alright.
Spyro, we urgently need your help.
Uh-huh.
Evil cat wizards of Valyria have stormed our castle and captured our princess.
I hate it when they do that.
Then drove away. They'll
Okay.
So all these like fairies are like in different worlds, all outsourcing their like stuff getting done to Spyro the Dragon. You're not a cat wizard.
No, they're not.
So there are no just like regular humans in.
Well, I mean, there was that human child we saw before, but then
Yeah.
again, huge head.
Yeah,
so
huge
who
fucking
knows
head.
if that's actually a human or some sort of freak.
All right, so
They're the cat wizards.
would you rather
Oh, jeez. Got hit by like every single one of them.
would you rather the fawn lady, the satyr, the female satyr, would you rather her be exactly how she is now, or a girl and twice as sexualized?
Ah, jeez. That's a complicated question.
I'm going girl,
Yeah.
twice as
well,
sexualized.
I guess in theory, if you're gonna like show someone a sexualized girl, it would perhaps, at least in theory, I didn't want to drop down,
Be good to be human.
be better to be human. At the very least, oh man, is there really like just no way back once you drop down here?
It's that other kangaroo the internet thirsts for.
Alright.
Are there more
Try
than
that
one
again.
kangaroos that the internet wants to fuck?
Oh boy. Alright. Well then, let's try that again, shall we?
The swimming looks pretty good, considering the climbing looks
Yeah.
questionable.
Climbing looks hilarious.
So guys, back on keto, day 1, looking good. Easy AF. Intermittent fasting, not as good. But still okay.
Not as easy.
I think I ate last night pretty late, but I think I still got in like 12 hours, but ideally you want to go for like 16 or whatever. I got 22, my scores so far.
You motherfucker.
You know what?
How does he reload so fast?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I didn't do that bad. So I did 22 hours, killing it. 18 yesterday, and then today was 14. So not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Why don't you do something about it? Fucking idiot. I'll take that. I'll take that. Give me him. Yum yum. Delicioso.
Gergie's getting concerned. Gergie's like, oh no.
No,
He's
it's
pushing
all
my
it's all
dick.
fine, Gertie. Everything is fine.
Yeah. It's okay, buddy. We'll be okay.
You will survive. Oh. Rats. Rats and cats. So, you want to talk about your manhwa journey, Adam?
It's
Day whatever in reading many isekai manhwas.
Yeah, so I've started in one of my New Year's resolutions is to wake up and not read social media. This has caused me to not go on social media because I've realized not that good for me. Even like YouTube, it's like I feel like I just get like bombarded with uber depressing shit. I think it's good to have yourself generally prepared to have discussions with people that you care about stuff that concerns you. But once you're kind of at a stage where you feel like you're confident in expressing your feelings about stuff, I feel like at some point you're just sort of like depressing yourself, and I think people that
God damn, they do not have enough health things around.
as like admirable as it is to talk about like certain like political issues and whatever, and like how that's like kind of important, people who do it also kind of are sort of even not consciously
Fucking dead body blocked my fire? That is retarded.
invested in like sort of keeping you caring about it. So.
There's no time to lose.
I'm trying, bitch. God. Oh.
If only you were Mario.
If only.
So, anyway, I've been starting my day reading manhwa, which is going fine.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it quite a lot. It's caused me to have more of a voracious appetite for reading, and a lot of times, like, I like fantasy books so much that, like, if I read a really good one, I have this kind of mentality of like, oh, I shouldn't read too much of it because then I'll run out of it and I won't have any more. Especially if the author isn't alive anymore.
So irritating.
But then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna like read the fuck out of all these stories. And so I did. And so now I'm kind of taking it sort of in that, because you could always read a book again, right? And I've just noticed, like, the more I read, the more my brain is just, like, healthy and able to think about other stuff and just do stuff better. So, yeah. I think I also kind of, maybe like, this new year, maybe I want to buy some art. Buy some, like, pretty prints. Because, like, sometimes I see these, like, backgrounds for these, like, music compilation things. And they're obviously, like, super pretty sometimes. And you know what? I'm gonna buy a print of that like tavern scene because I fucking love that picture. I absolutely love that art.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I really I have to figure out if they sell prints.
We have our own tavern scene as well. For those of you who don't know,
we do, and I think I want like I think you know, shoot for the fucking stars. My God, if I could. My first fantasy book, if it could be a scene with all the characters in it, looking cool, be awesome. I think that would be the most, that would sell me on a series the most, is just seeing a bunch of cool characters sitting in a spot. I think I'm going to go with Neutron Boar again.
he is quite fantastic. He did a great job on Slayer.
Yeah. Not for like every single book ever, but I think for a fantasy party, for those characters especially, the man is also a boob man, so he does big bazongas justice. Sakura, are there gonna be flowers?
I think Gergi wants to go out.
I think he does too.
I do not need to imagine those two being romantic together. But thank you, Spyro.
That is
Hey.
so fucking weird. Did I just see that happen? What the fuck? Is that real, or you had to rescue her?
That is you rescuing her. She decided to actually marry the guy.
Oh, that's so fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Our children cannot play this game. This cannot happen.
Hey, is it a lesbian relationship if she's getting pussy? Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Alright, I'll stop.
This.
60. Oh my god. I didn't find so many eggs. I gotta go
I
back
tried
and
talking
find
to
some
my
eggs.
nieces about. I tried talking to my nieces. They are about being grateful for the presents they get, but they're little shits and don't listen. Yeah, I mean, at some point it starts with the parents, but like some kids are just kind of born with like a nice temperament. Like my nephew, not that my like cousin isn't like my cousin and her husband aren't like good at stuff necessarily, but like
Yeah, they
he was
do their best.
like one kid is just born much sort of jollier than the other.
Much more agreeable.
Yeah.
And the other one is just psycho.
Speaking of which, have you been continuing with the Wheel of Time series? No, but it is on my desk. I just haven't opened it again.
Fucker. Fucking bitch. Goddamn witches. Goddamn furry witches. Ah! Destroy them all.
I'm rereading Scott Pilgrim. It's a shame what became of the creator. Now he's a divorced, pink-haired guy who hates his creation and the fandom. If you're a man and you dye your hair pink,
It's all over for you. There's no hope.
I was talking to this guy on Discord, we were playing some game or whatever, and he was like, he works at a bank, and this old lady comes in, and he's like, oh wow, your hair is so bright. And he's like angry, and he's like telling stories like, yeah, stupid bitch, like comedy. I was like, it's like that because I like my hair to be like that. Duh. It's, like,
It's not because I'm having a psychological breakdown or anything.
and I was like, yeah, but like blue hair on a guy is extremely gay. Why? He's like, someone's like, well, because it's gay. It's like, do you want to fuck dudes? And they're like, no. And it's like, well, I'm just saying,
out
like,
in the bathroom.
I'm just saying, if I was in the market for cock, I might dye my hair blue to increase my odds of getting some cock, dude. It's like, you dye your hair blue because it's a bright color and it gets attention. Like, what are you, like, and the attention you're getting
Or
is
because you're
cock.
a poisonous frog.
It's just like, the most generous thing an old lady could say is, it's like,
your
oh, it's
hair
so
is
bright.
so bright.
Rather than, wow, you look like a fucking freak.
You look like a clown. Is the circus in town?
I always thought girls, when they did like a tiny bit of their hair, like dyed it
Aw,
some color.
honey, are you coming out?
I always thought when like a girl dyed a little part of her hair like
That's
purple
always the
or
last
something,
one, huh?
or blue or something like that.
Fucking right underneath me.
Specifically, maybe purple. I always thought that was pretty cute, but my views have changed. But it's it's a dude, man. Like, can't dye as a guy. You can't dye your hair pink, but can you dye your hair blue? No. Like all of it? No. Like the frosted tips or something. Okay, or like dye your hair white. Oh yeah, now you're like Sephiroth. That's fine. Whatever you want to do. But,
Yeah, sure.
But
whatever.
or even you do all of it, and it's like, yeah, that's a look or something. Like you bleach your hair, sure, whatever. But like,
Who the fuck is that?
or maybe red, or give yourself red highlights. I don't know, but just bright blue, like super bright blue, like ready to be like a traffic conductor blue. I don't know, man. What do you think people are gonna say? They're gonna be like, wow.
It sure is blue.
Yeah, it's like you dye your hair bright as fuck and someone's like, wow, that's bright. It's like, yeah, you stupid bitch. Of course it's bright. I want it to be bright. It's like, okay. All right, well.
Just saying it was bright.
It's like if you wore a bright t-shirt and then someone was like, that's bright.
The longest fucking death.
Yeah, it was like you were in a climbing
It's because the dumb physics. So annoying.
My ex got a blue streak in her hair that was really cute. It faded to an aqua green color and eventually became straight up blonde. Lucky it went to blonde instead of like that piss yellow it usually goes to. I saw all sorts at my school.
Oh
And,
yeah. Boy, do you have stories.
Yeah. There was one girl who was fine. I don't really know what became of her, but she liked dyeing her hair because she was like more into like that sort of scene, not really into the like social justice thing, like metal and things like that. So she had. Oh, can you use that to like travel across or something?
I was thinking that. I don't know how I would get on top though.
So she did blue or purple or whatever, and then if, like you said, it turns to green, and then she washed her hair with that like kangaroo shampoo, and that's purple, and then that would kind of change the color a little bit when she washed with that. And then she would periodically dye it. She would re-dye it different colors in different places herself. So she had this cool collage of like green and purple and blue, and then it sort of all faded into each other as like a gradient. And I always thought like that would be an interesting character to do. And I even thought about, for Treading Water, doing Morrigan, having her hair be like that, because I wanted it to be sort of this kind of crazy thing. And yeah, it's funny. I didn't really lean into it with Treading Water, the sort of unrenderable thing. But sometime after, I was like listening to At the Mountains of Madness on audiobook.
Oh, come on. Instant death?
What was wrong with that water?
I don't know. It's blue.
But yeah, I was
God, fucking just leave me alone.
yeah, I was reading At the Mountains of Madness, and then I was kind of inspired to like try and take the Lovecraft elements and like sort of use them more, because I had already kind of had that in my head, that like, you know, use stuff that can't quite be described, but I don't feel like I really like dove into it as much as I could have. And so when I was doing the hair for the girl in Slayer in the White Valley, I made sure it was unrenderable, like the description wouldn't all add up. And I was but like done purposefully in a specific way. I wasn't just like, the hair was blue, it was red. Like, they're all sort of complementary, but they don't all kind of coalesce into like a very coherent picture. Kind of like the door in Call of Cthulhu is the example I always give, or the color out of space is a good way to put it. The color out of space, which was not a pinkish purple. But yeah, if you dye your hair, like if you blue or purple will fade to green.
Why is he doing that?
He's falling to his death.
What's wrong with this game? Why does it not like me? What did I ever do to it?
Dudes shouldn't be dyeing their hair any color.
Cutscene.
What about?
Hello. I thought you might be hungry.
Aw, she
You really
cares.
need chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to warn you.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand. If we don't bring dragons back to this world soon, all our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes, this was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
How did she not realize that? She has a dragon egg on her staff.
If you let me go.
What a retard.
I'm sorry. I can't.
It's pretty funny though. Alright, let's try to get more of those eggs.
What about guys who dye their hair black? I know a lot of guys do that.
God damn it. Something about the fucking shot.
I flirted with a coworker who had dyed pink hair. Turns out she was a witch and a socialist and tried to enchant me. Hey, welcome to California.
Wait a minute. Why is he blue?
Who?
I only got hit once and then I healed afterwards, so why is he still blue?
Maybe because you fell to your death in the cutscene? in the transition to
I'm so mad. This game, it keeps on fucking me over. It's like I'm playing the pirated version of Year of the Dragon. You appear to be playing a pirated version of this game, Dannphan.
This is one of my favorite games as a Ute. What is a Ute?
No.
I remember in this section of Disney World that they like deleted, there was a merchandise shop called Use Gois Merchandise. Like it was spelled all weird. And it was such a funny shop. I was so excited to show you, and then they got rid of it. The whole section.
They got rid of everything.
They just everything good. They were just like, nah, let's just get rid of this.
God fucking.
What
How am I supposed to avoid this?
What fucking sacrilege is it that they got rid of Pizza Planet? Like, what psychopaths? Like, who does that? They added Toy Story World,
Wait.
and so they don't
Stop.
They don't want They don't want Toy Story stuff to be. Can you just fly above it?
No, because I'm not a big flappy flap.
I want to judge. No, I'm of the belief no guy should be dyeing their hair no matter what.
What the fuck was that snipe?
What if? All right, here we go. What if they dye their hair like a metallic color? What if it's like the the paints you use in Warhammer, where like it makes it look like it's like shiny or a tank or something,
Jeez.
or it really is shiny, I suppose.
Sorry, pants too tight.
Oh, I thought it was...
My leg's starting to fall asleep.
No. What about that neater? What if it's shiny hair? Mm-hmm. Girls like shiny things. You attract the girls with the shiny thing. Also, you attract birds, like crows, who like
magpies.
Yeah, you attract magpies and crows, who also like shiny things. And then you catch them and you eat them. Will that make you... If you eat live magpies on the regular, will that make you masculine enough to... Nice. To dye your hair? These are the real questions. If you want a shiny head, just shave your head. No, just throw glitter on your head. That's way faster.
Fucking snipe.
She was from Oregon and an art major. I dodged so many bullets, I feel like Neo.
Oh boy. Well, hello.
Dude, but speaking of going all Ozzy Osbourne dyes his hair regularly. That's his natural hair color is blonde. Like, it's like blondish brown.
One of them seems to be moving.
Also, Aura Honeydew asked a question like a million years ago. I just didn't get to it. In your writing, are there any trope you're excited to use unironically? Especially because I'm sick of woke subversions in entertainment. A trope I'm excited to use unironically? No.
I guess, what is your favorite trope?
I wouldn't mind doing an isekai story. I've often thought... Before this was a genre, I thought about how it would be interesting.
Yeah. That's fun stuff.
Harry Potter is essentially an isekai, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's a magic school style thing.
Yeah, but...
I would consider that different from this guy. My hot take of the day.
So isekai is one thing. What is the thing where the gates open and then they get blood crystals from the monsters and there's rankers that are like A, B, C, D, E and like S rank and there's returners from the other world that were like trapped on the other side of a gate and then came out. What is that? Because that's not an isekai, but that's like 50% of all manhwa. The other 50 are just the actual isekai, like where you like are reborn, like you reincarnate or something, or you go to another world or something. A lot of times it's reincarnating. There's also what do you call the ones that there's no modern thing, right? So they're not going into a story. They're not going into a fantasy world, but they're going back and they're reliving their life. They're like replaying a whole life and like.
I need less of this freezing air.
Yeah, sure.
This is a bit much.
Perfect. This guy is disturbing. He has all black eyes.
Oh yeah, he's a demon.
Is he?
I don't know.
I believe you.
Hey, Shelly.
Good.
Fucking
possessed German.
Alright.
Okay, if you were born from an egg,
Uh-huh.
would your eggshells be as gross as, like, keeping your umbilical cord, or, like, yeah. Or, like, the lining of the womb or something?
My eggshells.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't really often think about this.
I've never thought about this, but I've thought about it now.
Just wanted to see if I could find the low poly version
Of the
baby dragons.
baby dragons,
yeah.
to prove to me that they were cute ones.
Well, like, there's one of them, right? It's not, like, the best one, but looks
Aw.
fairly cute.
It's
It doesn't look like some sort of spawn of Satan.
definitely cuter than what they got here. I think maybe the part of it is just that they can't make cute things in this art style.
Yeah.
They look fun.
I think they could. I think they could make them look cute. I think they just they put all their stats into making things look really odd and sexual. Like Spyro looks fine. He's probably like one of the few characters that just kind of looks the way he's supposed to.
Real Life did that plot. I don't think there's a pithy name for that genre. So there's like the terminology that keeps on showing up in multiple stories is regressor or regression. You replay, you like New Game Plus a life. Hey Gabe.
Yeah, they were cute.
Never, your question is so gross I won't even give breath to it. But have you
Don't
ever
even
seen
acknowledge.
have you ever seen Baggage? It's
yeah.
it's like a Jerry Springer show where
What a show that is.
it's like total train wreck girls and guys who have baggage as it were, and then they eliminate whoever's like the contestant will eliminate people based on their baggage.
Yeah, people with issues judge other people with issues.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Jerry Springer show.
It was interesting, but it was like apparently it's all real, right?
It's of course very trash TV.
There was a guy who worked on it who talked about his experience, and he was like, he was like in charge of calling the people to see if they wanted to do a
Where Are They Now?
Yeah, Where Are They Now? An update episode. They couldn't find a single couple that was
Still
like
together.
Yeah, or that even went on the date. He was like
Makes
almost no one actually went on the date, even though it was paid for, and like at a really nice place. Almost nobody went on the date.
Because the other person was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like one chick was like, for an art project, she had her vagina was currently stitched shut. And it was like,
what the fuck?
welcome to California. No, it's like, you're not going on a date with her. She's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on a date with her. It's crazy.
Anyone who would do that is so beyond.
It's beyond help at that point.
Yeah,
It's like, you have no self-respect. My God.
Or their attitudes towards their own vagina is like too unhealthy to manage.
Does he need more food? Is that what he's trying to look at?
Well, we've definitely sinned tonight. No!
Is
that a sin?
That might be a
No.
sin. I mean, that's very disturbing.
I don't know. I don't have a vagina, so it's like... I'm not that worried.
Yeah. Easy for you to say.
I'll make a poll. Don't forget the yellow seed. I don't know what that means, but I figure we're gonna need that.
We'll figure this out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. I got this. I know what to do now. Ah.
Ugh.
Check out this, right?
Yeah,
right?
we've got our wrangler here, Gabe,
Yeah.
to help us out. Don't worry, I won't know what the poll says still, so I'll just pick one. The poll is, have we sinned? Meaning my goal is to never leave you guys with like a bad taste in your mouth after coming to one of our streams.
Yeah.
So if mentioning girls that are so crazy they stitched their own vagina shut is a sin.
That's like so much more than baggage.
Yeah, that's like that's not like baggage. Like baggage is like I slept with the football team, but like
I slept with a whole platoon.
a whole platoon. That girl. There was a girl on the whatever podcast who was like, she slept with the whole army platoon.
I can't even reach that. What do they want me to do here?
I don't know, but it makes it pretty puff.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like... No.
Oh, can you do that on the mushrooms? Do they go boing like in Mario?
Have to get on them first.
Hmm.
Only way I've been able to get on a mushroom is when it's over here. But it's also like, what would be the point in putting the daisy over here?
I don't know. Hint 3 mushrooms. That's a pretty high bounce. You could like kangaroo this.
So it wants me to go back and find another third mushroom?
Yeah. Try that. There was 2 platoons, that's the bad thing? Oh yeah. Just like yeah, I love that that's the running joke. I saw an episode after that where they had Chase on and he pulls up a picture of a platoon and he's like, so how many rows in a platoon? How much of a platoon is your body count? Man. A division. I texted my friend who was in the army about that.
Ah, there it is.
And then we were talking about it when we saw him. And he was like, well, it depends on the kind of platoon. He was like, the size varies based on the, what kind of platoon. So a tank platoon is the best case scenario because that's, it's 1 tank in the crew. Or no, it's not 1 tank. There's a tank command. It's like 3 tanks or something as a tank platoon, something like that. But we concluded that the best case scenario it's a tank platoon, and then I think worst case scenario is like a regular platoon, or maybe artillery or something. I don't know. Because I think there's a lot of support staff for like an artillery position.
Come on! Jesus Christ! The fucking physics. Ugh. It's just like eternally falling.
If only he could flap.
Yeah, imagine, huh?
Oh.
Why?
Can you jump again? Like while you're gliding, can you do one more jump out of it and then glide?
No, it's just the Y at the end. That's all you can do. And sometimes it doesn't fucking work.
Okay.
It's okay.
birdie.
How the hell did you get up here?
Fuck this guy with demon powers, obviously.
Hey, Chuck. You're one ugly looking motherfucker.
But yeah, I liked that girl because she was at least like self-aware. She was, it's like, someone said this is fatherless behavior.
Yeah.
And she was like, mm-hmm. It's like, dads, you better raise your daughters. They're gonna end up like me. I was like, oh. At least she's like, she understands it's like not a good way to live.
Yes. I mean, like, how could you defend that? An entire platoon just over and over.
That was the funniest example of girls telling other girls, "No, it's fine. You're wonderful. You didn't do anything wrong." Like that thing, because they were like, "How can you tell her that she doesn't have like a healthy relationship?" And then like the one guy's like, "Because what?" It's like, "What? She stabbed him with a knife." Oh, sorry, a shard of glass.
Sorry, didn't mean to misrepresent you.
And she's like, "Oh, but maybe he deserved it." It's like, well, you shouldn't be dating people that deserve to be stabbed with a shard of glass. It's like,
Benjamin.
That one's kind of cute.
Not as cute as they used to be.
Yeah. What's up with the poll? The poll is if we have sinned. But you haven't been here, so you haven't been affected by our sin.
If we have sinned.
If we have sinned. I still want to watch Let's listen to the last one where the cops were called. Yeah, you know.
No.
I think I'll save all the degeneracy content for when I'm writing more like cyberpunk stuff. I'm writing like a space story. I don't know what you call it, space opera. Not really. And they go to a space station that's kind of seedy, and so I was listening to a lot of whatever podcast for all the chapters that's in there, but I think probably I'm like done with that section for the most part. I'm gonna write one more, and then I'm gonna write one more, and then like I'm writing one right now, and then if later the pacing needs more chapters to intercede with the other chapters, like if I need some more conversations to happen to set stuff up / help with the pacing so that there's like something to break up all the action, I'll go back and write some more like conversation chapters, and those are best inspired, I think, by the whatever podcast, because when you need a cyberpunk dystopia full of hedonism and sin, people just talking about regular life in California tends to help. Or I should say, in the metropolitan areas of California. I know Joseph Choi has escaped to the mountains. But,
those are the places to be.
You sinned? It's a half-hour clip as well. Hey, Balmung. Hope everyone's having a good holiday break so far. We are. I feel like I'm supposed to know what your username means. It feels very like fantasy stuff. Oh no. Bet that's like Tyr's sword or something, or like Baldur's sword's name. It's like a mythical sword. It's probably an item in a JRPG because like the biggest appreciators of like Western mythology tend to be just Japanese people. Dot hack. Yeah, I bet I figured it was from something Japanese, but let's see. Balmung. That or it's like the name of a dwarf. Balmung. Yeah, it's a sword. It was the sword that killed Fafnir. I forget who killed Fafnir. Oh, Sigurd. Sigurd used to kill the dragon Fafnir.
65. So literally, if I just got that last egg, I could go to the next one. Although I may be able to just leave the area in the rocket. I don't know. That might just be like one of those shitty levels that I don't even like.
Also known as
could be all for nothing.
Graham. The other name for the sword. That's an item that Siegfried gets in Soul Calibur.
Sorry.
Have I told you that I have a Switch now? You have not.
What
But
the
congratulations
hell?
on having a
I lost so
Switch.
much life so fast. I hate this level. It sucks. And the fucking fairy married a furry.
Yeah, this place sucks.
I'm going home.
That last egg isn't hard to get. You just have to fly to the correct spots.
I mean, no, it's not hard to get, but the issue is the physics, one, and two, the fucking assholes that I have to kill to get there.
Loving Mario Kart 8, I gotta say,
Oh yeah, I gotta go underneath.
Mario Kart Double Dash is my favorite ever, and I don't like any of the other Mario Karts.
Well, you haven't played Mario Kart 8.
You
Maybe it's way better.
You made me play Mario Kart.
I made you play Mario Kart Wii.
Is that not 8?
No. Mario Kart 8 is for the Switch. Dumb.
Well, that one sucked, so I assume it's only
It
got
did not
worse.
suck. You're so mean.
It was
It was excellent.
bad.
It was good.
Listen. It was stupid. I couldn't even put a second person on my car.
Well, yeah, because it's not Double Dash.
Yeah, it's no good.
Oh, I do have to do that last one. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll just bite the bullet and try to get that last... Go all the way back to get that last egg. It's such a rigmarole that they make you go through just to get to that exact spot, to fly to that exact place, to fly to the exact place, to get the egg. God, I hate it. They should just die when I kill them. Out of my way. Don't like you.
My brother got a bunch of money for his bar mitzvah. He bought a new Switch and then sold me his Switch Lite for cheap. Your brother sold you a thing? That's so weird. As a little brother, I am the inheritor of all of my brother's old shit.
Yeah, well, I guess it's a little different when you grow up.
But if it's a bar mitzvah, isn't that like when you're 13?
Huh?
And then it's a bat mitzvah if you're a girl. I know, because this girl at my school was like tyrannically controlling the whole school by saying like, whoever I don't like doesn't get invited to my bat mitzvah. And I remember saying like, why would I give a fuck if I went to your bar mitzvah? She's like, it's a bat mitzvah. So, dude, I don't like you. It's like everybody was so worried about it, and I was like, who gives a shit? I don't know you. What it was this is weird, like it was so weird. She handed out all these. Everyone had shirts and dog tags. Dog tags were big at the time. I don't know why. Like, for people not in the military, it was just like decorative dog tags. It's like girls were super proud of like their boyfriend being in the military and giving her their like spare dog tags or something. But then it was like people that were just like they didn't even know anybody in the military, and they were like,
yeah, right.
I just want dog tags. It's like girls who buy like this football jersey, even though they don't, their boyfriend doesn't play football or whatever. They just like.
Come on, man. I don't actually know if that's where you're supposed to go. I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go.
Gabe, is that where you go?
Anywhere that I'm supposed to go is too retarded, because I've tried every spot already, and the physics are always like, no. Stop it. Don't do that. No. You slippery slidey. Fucking...
I bought MetaQuest 3 and I can barely play it because every game I try gives me motion sickness. That sounds like some fantastic, like, graphics if you get motion sickness. At least I thought that with, like, The Witcher 3. They were like, oh, playtesters got motion sickness, so we had to turn down the realism of the boat. It's like, nice.
I don't even remember the last spot that it saved me. So, it's probably not even worth it to just let myself die. I should probably just restart the whole entire level.
Relax.
Because I think it saves you before you do the whole thing. Which is kind of useless. This is why I haven't gotten the egg. This is why. Because of bullshit like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole fucking super fast toilet plunger bullet hitting me after I fire breath him to death. That's not fun.
I keep on forgetting I put my my drink in the freezer, and then I'll like look over where my drink was, and then there's just like rubbing alcohol, and I'm just like, no, that's not for drinking. So how come your dragonfly can't just devour the corpses of your fallen foes?
I guess because they're just too big.
He should learn.
I agree. God God damn, did you see how fast that fucking toilet plunger reload is? Too fast for a toilet plunger.
Agreed. I desperately want to go to the one here in Cali, but I really want to wait till my boys are tall enough to ride the Mario Kart ride. Oh, talking about Universal.
And I already have no health, and there's, like, very little options for picking up more health.
I've almost drank my paint water while painting 40k minis way too many times.
It happens.
Oh, I don't know if you heard before. My friend's kid is like really like ADD, and he got him into Warhammer minis. I should text him and like say how smart of an idea that was. Because he's like, you know, he's like 7 playing like Call of Duty, and he's like whole body rocking while he's playing, and like, you know, jumping, like he's standing, like jumping, and like, you know, getting really.
All right, where do I have to fly?
I mean, maybe
Tell me.
to that pillar, and then you fly to the thingy.
Well, I don't want a maybe. I want a for sure answer.
You can reach that cave without gliding from that spot. Just the bridge is enough.
How do I get there?
I don't know. It's probably a different cave.
Oh, they're saying just the bridge over there is enough, I guess. Still, have you seen how the physics work in this remake? It's pretty awful.
I think you're supposed to get it from the end of the tunnel rather than the ladder. I don't know what he's talking about though. That might be something else.
From this end of the tunnel? It looks pretty blocked off to me. So I don't think so. Unless I have some sort of super jump that can make me jump higher than this thing in my way.
You should tell your friend to show his kid Dance Revolution. I don't know if that would help him focus on a task. But like painting 40k miniatures, I think is a great idea. Because that's like very like slow and kind of, I don't know. I feel like that would just like focus him better than like super zoom Call of Duty. My close friend had that issue. He's colorblind, so he uses different types of containers for different paints and a mug for drinking. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to, like, paint being colorblind because you kind of... You can still tell the tones, but... So you kind of understand how the colors are blending, but you don't have the if you're black and white colorblind, obviously... You know, everything is going to look kind of black and white, but
I would like to punch in the face the person who said Spyro should clean himself like a cat. And that should be an animation that we put in there. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. He has scales. He doesn't have any fur to clean.
I have ADD and it helped me. I find ADD to be pretty useful, generally, but I still need caffeine to, like, get shit done, so. My experience with, like, taking whatever, like, amphetamine, wasn't great. It made me way too focused, and, I just don't see the argument for putting kids on amphetamines instead of coffee. Like, I get it, like, so, like, it stunts your growth or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. I guess that's true, but I just I don't know.
Yeah. Having caffeine while you're young can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
I kind of feel like amphetamines are probably not a better solution.
Well.
Like cocaine,
Yeah.
Ritalin, probably not smart.
Now, cocaine and coffee.
Got
There you
to
go.
hover to land on that last spot, and from there you can make it to that egg.
What last spot? What?
So
what
go to
is
the pillar.
full
Go to the
sen-
pillar.
Alright, fine.
Now to get to the next thing, you want to go to that tower on the left. Yeah, the fallen tower, and you're gonna have to do the flappy flap.
Okay, but didn't work last time.
Okay, well it will this time though.
Yeah.
But there's like another thing you can do where you flap, right?
No, that's it. It's the Y.
There's no solid flapping where you flap several times.
No.
Okay.
This is Spyro. He's not allowed to fly.
Because I did a flapping thing in the other game.
No, what you're thinking of is like the back. When you're like backing up, you do the flap, 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 but you're slowing down. I would show you, but then I would die, so.
Okay. Alternatively, do a run, jump, glide, then hover.
You do this. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not like a better...
That's not going forward, that's moving backward.
Okay. I always mix cocaine with my coffee. Ah, good.
Better than sugar.
I don't think you get high off of cocaine if you ingest it.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it.
You want me to try the jump?
Sure. Let me get you there
Oh, yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Before you can get me. Cacao.
But yeah, to answer Or Honeydew's question from like 10 years ago, I guess an isekai would be something I would want to do that's a trope. It seems like a fun thing, especially if you like really know your shit about like engineering and or something like that.
Yeah, alright. Do you want to sit here? Or?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
What's the button? And then just press A again, or do I press Y?
Okay, so you press A once to jump, and then you press it again to glide, and then you hit Y at the end of the glide to do the second jump.
Okay. Okay. Oop.
Do you want me to just get you bait? Oh, that was interesting. Ah yes, A+ climbing in the Spyro games, huh guys? Of all things to animate like a cat, you think that they would have did the climbing kind of like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. People a lot of times will excuse stuff like that by being like, oh, they were rushed. And it's like, were they rushed or were they bad at managing time? Like, what actually happened? Because Cyberpunk, people are like, oh, they rushed it. And it's like, no. No, they had so much fucking time. They announced that shit when I was like, that was like 2011
Yeah.
when that was teased.
Yeah. There was really kinda no good excuse. Oh god, Honey Speedway.
Oh, no good, huh?
It's one of those levels. Yes, it is. I would not like to play any of the challenges. Goodbye.
It's Honey Speedway.
No, it's just all of those levels are garbage. It's the flying levels.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was some kind of like racing thing.
Well, I guess you can race.
Well, I don't know. There was guys in cars. I thought that there was.
Yeah, you
like...
shoot at them while you're flying around.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I see something over here?
I was hoping Cyberpunk was going to be more of an RPG than it actually was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too, buddy.
I was hoping there would at least be dual wielding. What the fuck kind of Cyberpunk game can't handle dual wielding? That's so bizarre. It's so weird. I don't know how anyone treats that as normal. That's so... People were complaining about wall running. Yeah, whatever. Fine. Cut that out. But dual wielding? What the fuck are we doing here? Have you not seen The Matrix? What's going on? Can't dual wield? Fuck. What a disaster. Even if you can't mix and match guns. Even if you can't mix and match guns, they should have just cloned the gun that you're using in the one hand and put it in the other hand. Just even just have every single gun be dual wielding the same gun. Even if that was the system, you have to be holding two. I don't know who's breaching with one gun. Who's doing that? Not Jackie. In the intro, the fucking your friend in the beginning, he's got two guns. I don't know why everyone else.
Who knows what's up?
I don't know why everyone else has one.
It's just a bunch of losers, huh? Alright.
And like when you do, there's like the one tree that's like LMGs and shotguns, but then they changed it with an update to say LMG or shotguns because there's one LMG with different colors. Like, not even two. Like if you just want to play a character that uses LMGs, you're using one gun the entire game. It's so weird.
Don't do this to me, man. God.
I thought you were just drowning yourself.
No, he can swim. Just like, not in...
Find money bags in this area. Says Gabe the Scion.
Working on it. Whoop.
My cat, though, who's cuddling with me, just woke up.
What the heck just happened?
Well, good morning, kitty.
Why did I fall down there?
Is she the one who was fucking a
What was
cat?
that? Jesus Christ, help me. Why is this game giving me all the glitches? Save some glitches for other players, please. I didn't press anything. It literally just glitched out on me. I gotta do this all over again. It's just a time waster.
Man, there's a Christmas sale on like My Mini Factory, and there's this one model that's like $34, and to pay that much for a 3D model seems silly, but I want it, so I'm gonna get it. Oh, you can.
What did I even do to
You can
like
like.
trigger her? Ooh. Alright, well, whatever.
Oh, did you press Y?
I don't think I did.
Because that's the interactive button. It's also the jump. Would that just snatch you out of the sky?
Whoop. I didn't mean to do that. Alright. So, what's going on here, huh? What's happening here, huh?
Quack. Time check. It's 12:41.
So much of my life wasted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know why it no worky. Maybe I gotta change the frame rate.
Got a 70% yes on Did We Sin? Oh man, I gotta
Close out the poll and get a happy story.
Okay. Can it be a happy story I've already told like 7 times?
You don't have any new happy stories? Nothing happy happening in your life? Eh? Oop. I guess not.
I'm feeling good about my New Year's resolutions.
Well, that's something.
So. Yee.
Where do I get the other person to make rocket work? How do I make rocket work?
I see a purple crack underwater on a wall. Break it.
What? Where?
I don't know.
Underwater on a wall.
How is there
I see a lot of coral, but that doesn't really count.
Can you break a purple crack by ramming it with that speed?
It's the only speed I can go.
Or is there like some other way of breaking stuff underwater, like swallowing something and spitting it?
Nah. I don't see anything. I only see like shitloads of coral.
Plus, I know more than one of you are having impure thoughts about Sheila the kangaroo.
You shut your whore mouth.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Let's see it.
Happy story.
Oh, is this what they meant? Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ugh, there we go.
Ah,
Whoa.
Gabe to the rescue. Well, sort of. How many dragon eggs do you need?
I think I have all that I need, but you can get more always, you know, so. The real question is, what do I need to do to get in that fucking rocket?
Do you not just like break it from the top because there's like a bullseye?
I don't think that's intentionally meant to look like a bullseye.
See you, Jordan. Saw Killers of the Flower Moon and Sound of Freedom a few days ago. That was a pretty sobering double feature. That sounds like a sobering double feature.
Sorry, dude.
I don't know what the flower moon is, but I imagine it is. If it's anything like Sound of Freedom, probably quite.
Probably quite something.
sobering. I remember the news reports about that were so.
Oh, okay, there's
Okay,
an
yeah,
invisible thing in front of it, so. Alright, well, why don't you just...
You remember that one article or guy or whatever who was like, the movie conflates sex trafficking with prostitution, and it's like,
Whoa. You do not want to say that.
it's a bizarre, like, such a bizarre take. And like the AMC theaters where they were turning off the air conditioning and stuff to make it like unpleasant to watch.
Yeah, just some shitty fucking employees.
I wonder, do you think that that's just employees or someone higher up saying to do that? Some greater conspiracy?
Yeah, right.
Because if it's multiple theaters and they're all AMC...
I mean, you could just have forums where they're like, if you work at an AMC, don't let people see Sound of Freedom because the Republicans are behind it and therefore bad.
Moneybags and Bentley are somewhere in that world.
I don't know where. I feel like I already talked to Moneybags once in that world. I feel like he was on that little bridge thing. But I don't see him there anymore.
Anyway, no more sins. Only happy thoughts.
Only happy thoughts. No more sinnage. Tell something to pay. Do you have a happy New Year's Eve story?
I have a happy story.
Yeah.
It's not really a happy story, but okay, it's a happy story. It's a happy enough story. It's not like, it's not like I was going to tell the Warhammer guy, where like he was buying the Warhammer stuff to paint with his girlfriend or whatever.
That's a good story.
That's cute, but I have a video of that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you need a happier story, go to my channel, go watch that. I don't know, I don't have that many videos. It'll be like...
He's working on editing them.
Yeah, I'm very...
He's got a lot that's not edited, though.
I do. Editing's hard. I'm
I
bad.
know, right? That's what I've been telling you. Editing takes a long time.
Anyway, I went to a fancy day camp, right, during the summer, and when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
Man, the council's made so much money there. I wish. The second camp I went to, like after this one, they made so much money, and like would have been great if I could have worked there, but it destructed. It was no more. Anyway, there was a rocketry class, and I got the cluster bomb, which is up there, kind of inaccessible. But
it's just kind of how it goes. But
yeah, I'm not getting that. That's I could get it one day. I'll show you if I make the story into a video. I'll have to take it out for the video.
We need to sell more comics so that we can reach that rocket. Please buy comics on burningstarcomics.net.
Okay, so so I had the cluster bomb, and the cluster bomb is supposed to come with 3 little like asteroids that you can like have fall out of the rocket. In real life, cluster bombs don't drop asteroids; they drop war crimes. But the reason cluster bombs are a war crime is because like there's a bunch of little bombs, and so there's a high likelihood there will be some duds, which will explode later, and that will cause people problems down the line. So, but if there's a giant bomb, people know where it is. They're like, oh, it bombs over there. It didn't explode. Throw a rock at it.
The existence of bat bombs to be a fascinating subject. That actually was proven to be more destructive than the nuclear bomb.
That's
so destructive.
So cool.
They deemed it inhumane.
It's so cool though. There are bombs that were loaded with bats that were like have fire. They'd set them on fire and they go fly.
Yeah.
Oh no, they would have an explosive
on them, and then they would go to dark, cavernous places.
Which would be all the like houses that are made out of wood.
Right.
Anyway.
Sorry.
The cluster bomb. I was making the cluster bomb. I was assembling it and painting it, cutting out the fins and everything. And then I wanted to put something cooler in it than just the asteroids. So I was like, oh, could I put the snappers in it that I got at like down the shore, They like throw them and they, And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool. And the counselor was like, okay, fine. But you can't bring them in until like the day of the launch. So, and I was like, okay. So I told my mom to bring the snappers, right? And my mom and my brother were going to come. My brother never came to any of the launches, but he was going to come to this one. And I was like so excited, right? And then they were late, right? And then the counselor was like, oh, we could do yours. And she's like, oh no, could we wait? And he's like, okay, fine, we'll put yours to the side. Mine's like sitting on the side. You have another kid, and like, they're like, and then it's like, I was like, oh, should we do this one? It's like, oh, is your mom here? And I was like, no. And I was like, waiting longer, right? And there's these like mean kids over on the side, right? And they're like talking shit the whole time. They're making fun of the kids in the rocketry thing. you know? And it wasn't nice. They're the sports kids. Boo!
Oh,
you know?
no.
So, eventually, around the corner comes my mom and my brother, and I'm like, yes, woo! I was like, oh, can I go over in there? Yeah, sure. And I get, like, all the packs, because I had this, like, kind of, you know, like with health potions and RPGs, you're like, oh, I shouldn't use it yet, right? So I just never used these snappers. So, like, every year, you'd win in the arcade, you get points, and buy some snappers. Eventually, they would stop selling snappers, which just made me hoard my snappers more.
Yes,
you know?
now they're even more valuable.
So, and if you don't know what a snapper is, it's like this little, like, rolled up bit of, like, cloth thing, and there's these little cardboard boxes, and they come with, they have all these little things, and you throw them, and a white little spark. I guess there's little rocks in there or something. I don't know exactly how the mechanics work.
I'm a bigger fan of sparklers myself, but, you know.
I think you can't start a fire with snappers, which is the ideal thing. So I load up the rocket with a box of snappers. Counselor's like, you can fit more in there. I'm like,
oh, really?
so I empty all 5 boxes of snappers.
Oh my god!
Into the rocket, because it's a big, thick rocket. I'll dig it out of there and show you guys another time. But it's like a big, thick rocket. It's like this, you know, you could fit a lot in there. And
He's
I was
a
like,
thick boy.
I packed that shit full. And then he was like, oh, we could stick in the asteroid too, or whatever. We had like one of the things that would come out and have a little streamer, so whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. So then we load it up, pack it in there. And then the rocket launches, right? And I glued it, and I was really, because I knew I was going to do the thing with the snappers, I worked really hard on this rocket. I made sure I glued the fin so it would fly straight, and everyone would see the snappers like, right? And my brother's ready to watch the snappers go across, and it would be sparks all over in the baseball field. It'd be like,
yeah.
You know. And I worked really hard on this rocket. I really had all the fins perfect, so it'd go right down the middle. I really fucking did. I glued it, and it's plastic. You're gluing plastic to plastic. It's not like the wooden rockets. So to glue plastic to plastic, you have to put the glue on, let it dry, and then glue to glue, because plastic doesn't want to be glued, right? So I did it. I had all the things were all just right, you know? I really did do my due diligence.
I believe you.
So they launched the rocket.
Okay.
And then, as it would seem, there was a structural failure. You see, one of the fins, I have it so you can see on it. One of them cracked a little bit. It just detached slightly. You see the paint, just a little outline of where it broke free a little bit. And so it went left.
Oh.
It went right to the mean kids who were all jeering and saying mean things about our rockets. And then it opened up. And I saw the most beautiful sight of all these nasty kids. White sparks exploding on their skin as they're screaming. It was just a perfect artillery salvo. Like, it was, you know, bright white, because, you know, you throw them on the ground, they're like
missile strike.
you throw the little like snappers on the ground as a little white spark. You throw them really hard, they spark a little bigger. Turns out when you drop them from a rocket, it's like and it's like all across, and there's that smoke too, so everybody's smoking and screaming like, oh my god. These kids are falling off the bleachers. They're everyone's screaming and running after they've been literally bombarded. And at that moment, I was like, man, AoE magic is fun!
Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty funny story.
Anyway, if you ever have a bully in life, remember all problems can be solved with area of effect pyromancy.
Rocket and a whole lot of snappers.
Let me tell you something. They never talked shit again. Never. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You goof.
It was such a beautiful. I saw it in slow motion too. It was beautiful. I just time dilated and just like.
You heard like fucking Beethoven playing in the background as they screamed and ran away.
The Ernest not Beethoven, the Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah, right.
Wagner. Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I suppose there's there's a happy story for the night. The chat has gotten their laughs. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed my my story of bombarding jocks with explosives. It was truly beautiful. There's nothing quite like the flash of white sparks against white teeth as they're like, it's just like, yeah, the terror. What was crazy was there was like this female counselor which was like, she was like totally calm and like collected, and she was like, guys, stop, sit back down.
Oh my god.
like one exploded like right by her head, and she was like, they're just snappers, calm down. And, like,
they're just tiny explosives.
She made them sit back down. She's like, sit. You guys are so loud before. Is there a problem? Like, just like,
jeez.
Get back. It's like, sit back down and be rocketed to death. Reminds me of a fireworks story. I'll post that next time. I look forward to it. See you guys next time. I guess we'll do New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we'll do a New Year's Eve stream.
Yeah.
We can play more of Spyro. Maybe we'll finish Spyro. I don't actually know how much of it. I think I still have
Gotta
like
finish
half
it by
of the
midnight.
game. Yeah, right. We'll do an extra long stream or something.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
And we'll give Gurgi a treat on midnight.
Yeah.
Give him like a high value like salmon jerky treat or something.
Only if he gets like really excited. But he'll probably just be sleeping.
He'll do anything for like salmon treats.
Oh yeah? Those are the good stuff?
Yeah.
There you have it.
He's a massively unbehaved dog now because my parents could not resist to give him them just for staring at him.
Understood.
But anyway.
Yeah, good night everybody. We'll see you on the next game, fans, and I guess see you on Guilded if you have joined the Guilded server.
Yeah.